Hey everyone, you have reached the landing, OnePlanet's weekly meeting place for the entire Polygon NFT community. Every week at this time, you will learn more about the Polygon network, its native token Matic, and discuss the wonderful world of NFTs with some of the best and brightest minds from the NFT universe. And now, here's your host.
Planet's the place to be to showcase your NFTs. Best blockchain is Polygon. OnePlanet, one to be on, yeah.
I think we can get started here. We got the group here. We'll talk about some Polygon highlights, the last week of the marketplace in OnePlanet that we'll share that information. Uncle Devo, you can talk to us about on Jumble. So we got a lot of stuff that we can discuss. For the listeners here, if you guys don't mind just sharing the space with your communities, that would be awesome. In the comments, just drop a question. I have a question here. So my question is, what have you guys been seeing with marketing tech? For example, on Jumble is one of them, BountyBlok is another one, but Crew 3 is one that I've been seeing a lot of. I'm sure that you guys have as well, and you've been participating on those quests for whitelist or to get experience. And I know Hellcats had one, Arcadia had one. So I'm curious about your thoughts and experience with what's going on with marketing tech right now. But with that, let's get started. Matic Man, do you want to share the music with us?
Hey everyone, you have reached the landing, OnePlanet's weekly meeting place for the entire Polygon NFT community. Every week at this time, you will learn more about the Polygon network, its native token Matic, and discuss the wonderful world of NFTs with some of the best and brightest minds from the NFT universe. And now, here's your host.
Planet's the place to be to showcase your NFTs. Best blockchain is Polygon. OnePlanet, one to be on,
Purple Wave.
Nice. Thank you, sir, for that. Shout out to our listeners here. We got Cameron in the house. It's nice to see you joining us. We got Polygon Punks and Sam. Department 77, Straight Light, your PFP is now in that hexagon shape. So you've gone into the ETH world and minted that. Pretty cool to see. Coleman, thank you for joining us. I saw that you're testing out going private so you don't get any retweets. I'm curious about that experiment there. Shout out to Shan, shout out to Arlene, the Woken, thank you for stopping by. King, shout out to you. We got Captain X. Cool. All right, so with that, I want to start with getting some of the highlights from Polygon, and then we'll move on to Ghost. But Narb, what do you have for us this week?
Yeah, so the past week in Polygon, I have some NFT stats and news here. Starting with some stats, though. So Polygon currently has the second highest amount of daily active users, only behind BNB chain. Out of all blockchains, Polygon is number 2 right now. In terms of NFTs, Blockworks put out a tweet today that said the number of Polygon NFTs traded surpassed Ethereum NFTs for the second consecutive month. So more Polygon NFTs have been traded than Ethereum for January and December. That's pretty cool. Daily buyers on OnePlanet have also been trending up since mid-December. OpenSea Polygon saw its second highest amount of monthly users in January, and it's also the highest amount of monthly users since September of 2021. So a big increase there. Then a shout out to a few projects. Polygon Citizens by PS Labs sold out all 2,500 NFTs last Friday. Boomland NFTs sold out in just 18 seconds yesterday. And then I also want to give a shout out to Mutants Gen 2, which is minting, I believe, tomorrow on the OnePlanet Launchpad. And then a few more news pieces here. Over 80,000 wallets have now participated on Polygon ZK EVM. NASDAQ put out a report that says that they believe Polygon is the best cryptocurrency of 2023. And then lastly, Polygon has announced a dApp Store kit, which is open source and available for everyone.
Nice. Thank you for all of that info. And man, all of that is exciting. I did put up in the top here a tweet from you with some of the highlights for the month of January, and then also today in Polygon. There's some cool information there. But yeah, all of that is exciting. I think the transaction volume that you mentioned, like surpassing ETH, is interesting, right? I know that the amount of money is not as high as ETH, but it just goes to show that there is still a lot of activity on Polygon and around gaming as well, right?
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, for sure, Ethereum NFTs definitely are trading more value, but yeah, Polygon NFTs are traded more, which is kind of interesting, but it also makes sense that when people think about like the highest value NFTs or the most popular collections, they're definitely on Ethereum. But with something like Polygon, it allows, more people to trade more because obviously the fees aren't as high. So I think we'll start to see some more creative ways to use NFTs on Polygon over time. Obviously, gaming is already huge on Polygon, but yeah, all those stats that I just mentioned, it just shows that over the past couple months, man, things are really heating up.
And then the dApp Store for Polygon that you mentioned, I know that Solana had been working on that, and obviously they have their hardware as well. But I think that's important for the dApps that projects are building, right? Because of that 30% tax from the Apple Store. So just being able to have infrastructure set up for decentralized apps, that should be interesting. Cool. So Ghost, let's go in with you and your data, then we'll check in with Dimitri.
All right, so week 5 for OnePlanet sales and by volume. It's been a nice week concerning volume. Like Narb mentioned, you have Polygon Citizens minting out. They had the top volume for the week at 14.49K in Matic. Floor price has taken a little dip by negative 11%. Everyone else is in consolidation. Next is Nerdy Moody with the Genesis mint. We have Hellcats tied for 7.8K. Derby Stars, the only green candle this coming week with an incredible 32% increase in floor price. There's mention that there's a beta. Maybe we might get to test drive our little ponies that we have. I know Edwin has almost a whole stable full. And then wrapping up the number 5 spot is Hellhounds. Top sales for the week, we have Hellcat 1711 for 1,270. Next is King Soto. It's for $1,100. David S from Polygon from PS Labs had put a bounty out on him. So as soon as he minted, he was on top of it, and he's a man of his word. And then the third one was Hellhound 2508 with 669.6 USD.
Awesome. Thank you, Ghost. And I did put up your tweet up at the top here as well. And just shout out for making that graphic, man. It's looking dope. So thanks for spending your time doing that. Just a couple of comments here. Nerdy Moody, man, their art is so unique and so different, and they've been having so much activity in our marketplace. They initially minted out a free collection, 500 supply, random box, and then the reveal has been happening for the last 2 weeks. And so it's been interesting to see the mechanism that they set up there with their community. they have a pretty active Discord as well. And in order to get whitelist, you need to be contributing there. Derby Stars, yes, the only positive one we've seen. I do feel like they've been releasing more and more gameplay, and so it does feel like the community is starting to wake up again, and they are ready to try out the racetrack, right, and putting their horses to work.
Yeah, finally, we will get that chance after we minted. Well, some of us minted our horses last year before the DPEG.
Yeah, man, they were hot. One of the highest market cap projects on Terra, and it's cool to see them waking up for sure. I think they're gonna have a lot of competition with Zedrun and Pegaxy, but still, it's got a different style, right, of art, and it seems like they got a lot of good devs in their team. So I'm excited to try it out.
Yeah, as long as they can avoid the common def spike and multi tokens for the game, they should be all right.
Yeah, exactly. That is something that I think one of the reasons they delayed is because of that. Just trying to figure out a good tokenomics model so that wouldn't detract from the game, which is what they want to focus on. But cool, thank you, Ghost. Appreciate that. Dimitri, how are you doing, sir? Can you give us an intro to yourself and then also to BountyBlok?
Hey guys, thanks for having me. Edwin, Matic man, all these people here, Sam, Narb. Fantastic. I see a lot of people in the lobby, all friends. I love it. Yeah, so Edwin, I met you yesterday. We had a nice call together.
That's right, sir.
Yeah. And we were talking, like BountyBlok, we have a giveaway platform, right? Like Gleam, you can think about Gleam or GiveLab type UX, but with a Web3 experience. So, social tasks mixed with these Web3 tasks, like, go perform these social tasks, right? Follow us on Twitter, retweet this tweet, all the good stuff that we know, Reddit, Twitch, all of them, plus Web3 related stuff like NFT tasks, hold certain NFTs and get X entry points, right? Burn these NFTs, complete a set, maybe in-game activity, on-chain stuff, right? So, go defeat a few monsters in the game, come back, go claim your points. So it's a nice way to encourage users to go and perform the tasks that are valuable to your product, to your game. And it's really cool because, we're constantly evolving the tool. We're gonna be adding DeFi elements as well, GameFi elements, right? Holding certain token and earn a certain APR, all that stuff. Find ways to lock things. So it's like we have a lot of things on the map to leverage the blockchain tech and on-chain data. So we're very excited about that. What I love about Polygon is that they're very big on games, the PFP stuff, but DeFi I think is a big one. And yeah, we're really excited. If you guys have any questions, let me know.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that, Dimitri. And the way that we've tried Gleam in the past has been to complete different tasks, and then at the end there is a randomized winner for an NFT or whitelist or tokens, right? And that's done through like a collab with a different project. And what you will allow us to do with BountyBlok is adding that on-chain activity, right? To be able to check if something was done, as you're mentioning, like adding a DeFi component to it. So for me, that's one exciting part, just giving BountyBlok a chance instead of using Gleam, just to add that Web3 component and actually use our own platforms, right? From a gaming perspective, DeFi or even NFTs.
Yeah, and just to give a bit of context, we before Polygon, like we initially back in 2019, we launched, we were on EOS and then Wax, back in 2019, 2020, and then we started building on Polygon. We have a lot of cross-chain experience. We did stuff on Hedera, Tezos, and we know a lot about the smart contract tech that they use, like the non-EVM chains use their own smart contract and NFT tech per se, and it's been kind of complicated and difficult, and it's like it feels like the world is headed towards EVM because it's just easier. You deploy on all these EVM chains, you can scale all that stuff, right? So I love that about Polygon and the whole EVM ZK EVM, right? Seamless integrations, and I feel like when we were on the other chains like on Wax, there was a big community there, and they battle tested a lot of our tools. We got a lot of feedback, and our products have been they've been polished over time, right? But again, because they each have their own different tech, there's always the differences there. But at the end of the day, we've been around the space. We know what projects are doing on all these chains, and yeah, I'm excited to officially launch on Polygon. I think it's about 2 weeks old now, and we're getting requests. People are using it. We already have the feedback. We already have ideas. I'm really pumped. The tool is 100% free. It's free tool. It's for the community. It's for games, artists, anyone building something on Polygon. We do have a very basic whitelisting process, very basic, a few questions just to make sure, you're building a collect, because there's a lot of trolls out there, there's a lot of, once in a while you'll get something that's offensive, so we got to make sure it's a nice project that doesn't do any bad things, but it almost never is really. It's been great so far. Very few questions. Within 24 hours, you're whitelisted. We might open it up completely self-serve down the road, but right now, because we're doing a lot of updates and it's still like in this kind of beta mode, we're trying to keep it in this whitelist kind of approach. But people talk, man. It's word to mouth. We're getting all these new requests from all over the place, and I think Edwin, you spoke about a very nice use case with OnePlanet. And I think there could be like a lot of collab there. I don't know if you want to talk about that right now, but that's it.
Yeah, what I wanted to do is let Uncle Davo here share a little bit about his experience working with Polygon and the way that the community has responded to his tool on Jumble as well. Because what I've been seeing, is just teams are trying to figure out how to reward their community and do it in a way where it becomes automated, right? That way it's easy for the user and it's easier for the creators as well. And you're doing that with BountyBlok. And then here on Jumble, they're making it easier for us to get the news that we want to pay attention to, block out all the noise. As I mentioned earlier, Crew 3 has been it's been making me think about loyalty systems, and rewards, right? Because you're accumulating experience points based on the quests that you achieve. And so it just really makes us as the creators and the ones that are thinking about our community and how to get them involved and engaged with our product and services, like what's the best way to use these tools, right? But yeah, Uncle Dave, how are you feeling about this?
Yeah. First, this is like an excellent panel and an excellent talk. Like this issue of marketing tech, like I've been thinking about it for a long time, have worked in the space in marketing and growth for other startups. And, obviously like I'm behind Dystope AI, and we think a lot about marketing, like product-driven growth. We just released like a AI art generator, free AI art generation tool in our Discord. That's, by far one of the most accessible tools you can get to do this. And, thinking about how we drive growth and marketing and attention there, how we can increase the top of the funnel. But, before I get into that, I just wanted to quickly touch on BountyBlok because, had a great call with Dimitri a couple of weeks ago. And we actually used BountyBlok with Dystope AI to do a giveaway. And, a few things really stuck out for me. And I just want to, make sure this is like crystal clear for projects that are listening. It's an amazing tool. If you think about Gleam, there are so many workarounds you have to do to make sure that you're running a giveaway in a Web3 native way. But with BountyBlok, you're already connecting your wallet. The sort of actions that you can get people to do include like holding an NFT, easily joining discords. I think like burning an NFT and things like that are also options. So definitely for people that are doing these Twitter giveaways, because that's still like a really popular modality of doing things, definitely check out BountyBlok. And then in terms of Unjumble, we built this as a sort of tool for the Web3 community. Essentially, my take is, and what we heard from a lot of users, is that there aren't really tools that are fit for community engagement and community discourse in a Web3 way. So if you think about Twitter, it's great for news, but it's really low signal when you talk about, engaging with a particular community. You can try and build lists, or you can try and follow and turn notifications on for projects, but you're just doom scrolling and competing with a bunch of other content. Discord as well, like you're probably not in more than 3 to 5 discords and seeing everything that's happening. So what's happening is you're in all these communities for NFTs. With NFTs, we often distribute IP and distribute and allow community different ways to engage, but it's not accessible. So what we did is created a free tool where you can input your wallet or select the communities or creators you want to follow. And each day you get a clean email with just curated updates, curated content from your communities. So if someone posted a meme or like a giveaway to a Dystope AI NFT, then a Rekt NFT and a Hellcats, I see that in my email. So it's just the things I want to see. It's customized to me. So it's a free tool. We also give curated updates on interests as well. We just launched that today. And so, if I want to follow Polygon NFTs, I can see, just curated posts on what's happening, follow the NFT market. We just gave an awesome bit of alpha about a free open edition mint that, a bunch of our users got to. So it's like good for alpha, good for keeping up to date. I think, to summarize, I think we need to, in Web3, consider the marketing stack and how things are different. We're really looking at lowering the bar for engagement and keeping up to date with things, and also rewarding curation as well. Bridging Web2 data, Web2 engagement with your Web3 identity as well. Having that in a place where it's composable, where different projects can build on it. Web3 marketing is very near and dear to my heart. So looking forward to getting into discussion.
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. Go ahead, Dimitri, then we'll check in with Matic, man.
Yeah. Okay. First of all, Uncle Davo, man, I love you. You're amazing. I had a call with you. You're just an amazing person. You understand. You understand marketing and all that stuff. That was a great call that we had. I appreciate all the kind words, man. I'm gonna keep it short. I really appreciate what you said. It means a lot to me and the team. Side note, we use Unjumble. It's amazing. It's like there's so much pollution on Twitter. I can't keep up. There's certain topics I want to follow. I just can't keep up. We're trying it. We're using it. It's been about a week and a half, 2 weeks, I think, if I'm not wrong. And every 2 days, I get a nice email with a few relevant projects that I want to know what they're up to. And I don't necessarily find them on my Twitter. My Twitter feed is just, youths everywhere. It's just youths saying GM. I can't find anything anymore. I'm very impatient. That email aggregation groups the topics that I'm interested in, like certain games. I want to know what Animoca brands is onto, right? And every 2 days I get updates. So I love that. And that's it for me.
Matt, really appreciate that. And it's still early days for us as well. Like, we launched this in December. It's an experiment. It's like a public good for the ecosystem. And we're really trying to build something that delights NFT users and makes the whole Web3 journey easier for both projects and users. So really, really happy to hear that feedback, man. And it's awesome that there are so many people building cool things in Web3 marketing on Polygon as well. I'm scrolling through the listeners and just so many people that do awesome threads or produce cool content for their communities. So, it's definitely an exciting time.
What's exciting for me is that as you guys build these products and services, you're getting feedback ASAP from your community, right? And what things they like, what things they don't like, and that just helps you build a product that they actually want to use, right? If you're able to pivot and adapt quickly. So that's the exciting part about Web3, right? Just growing together with the community as more people start to use it. There's this network effect and exponential growth there, right? And you can quickly find out if it is something that has market fit for the. Sometimes it's just about timing too, right? That you might have a really cool product, but it just might not be the time or the right blockchain, right? Dimitri, you mentioned different blockchains. Matic, man, just wanted to check in with you though. How are you feeling about marketing tech on Jumble and Crew3 and with Dimitri, BountyBlok? Are you trying them?
Yeah, first of all, Edwin, I just wanted to thank you for, just for being the person that you are. I know Dimitri had commented in one of our Telegram groups about talking with you yesterday and the impact and, just the how impressed he was with you. Thank you for always bringing the positive vibes. So important. I think it's one of the things that's making Polygon such a great ecosystem. Just this family feel. I was just scrolling through the ones in this space and just the connections. We've most of us have never met in real life, but you just feel like it's a family. I know I talked with Dystopia yesterday, and you just how welcome they make you feel, and that's with everyone in this space, man. And so I really appreciate you and the way you conduct these spaces, and you're just great, man. And I'm just excited, Unjumble, BountyBlok, Crew3, and these MarTech um, tools that we have at our disposal couldn't have come at a better time as Polygon is absolutely exploding. Uh, just trying to keep up with everything. I know all of you in this space understand that. You could probably look at your personal life right now, just how many demands there are, increased demands compared to like even a month ago with the increase in Telegram chat volume, DMs on Twitter, uh, invitations, and so forth. So it's an exciting time, and I'm just really thankful for Dimitri and for Uncle Davo and Dystopia and all of these tools that we have at our disposal now. Edwin, the future is so bright. This is just going to be an incredible ride this year for Polygon, and so I'm just really glad to be on the purple wave with incredible people like you and Narb and the people in this space. Fantastic. All of you are incredible. Ghost. Just great to be part of this team.
Thank you, Matic, man. I appreciate that. I mean, I'm sure everybody here feels the same way about you. So keep doing your thing, man. We're so happy to have you in the space. I think you're a good spokesperson for Polygon in general. Um, but Narb, I wanted to check in with you, man. You've been diving deeper into the community in Polygon in general, and you've been sharing a lot of stats as you usually do. But I'm curious about where you are with marketing in Web3, right? And these tools that are starting to infiltrate our individual projects.
Yeah, absolutely. Listening to you guys talk, sorry, I was rugging a little bit, but I think I got most of the conversation. The tools that you guys are building are really, really cool. And it seems like to me that at the heart of what you guys are building is community. And I think that's sort of the heart of what marketing is in this space, because a good example would be the Utes community. And something that I always the way I think about it is, if you build a really strong community, your community will do a lot of the marketing for you. And the Utes is a really good example of that. I mean, Frank has built obviously this extremely strong and exciting community, and if you watch them, they're all creating content, they're all engaging with each other, they have all these group chats where they're creating videos, creating threads, all these different things. And I think that's sort of the best part about this space is the community aspect. And I really think the community is the heart of everything in the space, especially in marketing. So yeah, for me, something that I've been trying to do on the content side is I've recently launched today in Polygon. I see that you have it pinned up at the top. And what I want to do with that is essentially just create a content channel where we have videos, written form, spaces. So all the different forms of content that people can consume in any way you like to consume content, whether it be written form, whether it be videos, long form, whatever it is. You can come to one channel and sort of, get exactly what you're looking for. So that's sort of what I'm trying to build with today in Polygon, is having a one-stop shop, so to speak, of everything happening within the Polygon ecosystem, all the different projects, all the news that are happening. And that's sort of what me and Matic Man, and also you, Ed, are sort of starting to plan. So yeah, exciting things ahead. Super excited about the future of Polygon.
Wait, that's amazing. I didn't know you were behind today in Polygon. I've been putting the notifications up on that. I added it to my Unjobble, so I see it every day in my newsletter as well. That's awesome. It's such a great account.
Thank you, man. Thank you. And yeah, I was really just getting started. I want to do a lot more with it. I mean, I don't want to sit up here and shill my own thing too much, but yeah, I really appreciate the kind words, man. I just want to have sort of, like I said, one place where everyone can go and sort of at the end of the day, they can, sit down on their couch while they're eating dinner or whatever, see what just happened in today in Polygon, because obviously the space moves incredibly fast. So it's really difficult to keep up with everything. And also on the educational side is something that I want to do too. There's also new people that are coming into the Polygon space. A lot of the Solana community is coming into Polygon, and they have a ton of questions. So I want to do, not just the news, but also educational content on top of that.
I think you're doing a great job. Like, today in Polygon is just like it's very quickly becoming the one-stop shop for me to figure out what's going on. So definitely recommend it to other people. I think there are some really great content creators that have just popped up. So Narb, I think like from your personal account, you do a good job of retweeting a bunch of them. But if you think about people like Crack and Jordan as well, who's doing these weekly Polygon videos, it's just incredible. And like to people listening as well, it's so early that you could start right now. You could just focus on a niche, focus on a way of delivering content. And, I think the growth you'll see, over weeks and months is incredible. And there are only so many creators and builders in the space, right? And users in the space. And you'd be surprised, like the power of a DM, the power of, reaching out to people and just showing up. So definitely encourage people to get going. And if you need anything from me or from others, I'm sure we're all happy to look at the DMs. I respond to all of them, and so do so many people. So yeah.
Yeah, Polygon is open for business right now. So if you're a creator just wanting to try things, this is the time. I'm gonna go with Matic Man, but just checking in real quick with Dimitri. I know you mentioned you needed to leave earlier. Are you good on time, or do you need to take off?
I'm good right now. I'm still good for I still have some time, so I'm good.
Cool. All right, Matic Man, what's going on?
Yeah, I just wanted to follow up on what Uncle David was saying. Just so many opportunities right now. I did a live stream I didn't even know the people, but they're really cool. They wanted to, they're really interested in Polygon, and one of the guys is in the Poly Builders group now, and we got on a call today, and he's just so fascinated with Polygon, and he's got like a incredible setup in his home. He's really high level, and I was just telling him the same thing, Uncle David. Like, there's opportunities right now for someone to do like maybe a daily live stream or just on Polygon. So yeah, the window is wide open right now. It's just really exciting to see these content creators. You mentioned Jordan, and you mentioned Matt, Uncrackable, and Narb's like the legend with content, and he's going to be doing these spaces more now. So it's exciting. It's a great opportunity right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna check in with Ghost next, but the thing that I wanted to mention here is also that as more people across like different blockchains, like Ethereum and the other EVM chains, right, like Avalanche, start to notice the content that we're creating and the education that's happening from all these different channels, they're going to get curious, right? And in the attention economy that we're going through right now, it's all about who's making the most noise, and we're seeing that right now, that as more youths, community members start to make Twitter spaces that are specifically titled, the Polygon wave or what's going on with Polygon, whatever it is, but that alone attracts more eyes, of course, liquidity, and then creators, right? Just people that are going to be in this ecosystem experimenting and trying new things out. What I wanted to ask you, Ghost, was from your perspective with Rekt Gang, as a council member, you guys are a multi-chain project in Juno, in ETH, and also in Polygon with Trip Evos. But what are you feeling, with all this new content? You're also creating a little bit of content yourself now with the weekly updates in the OnePlanet marketplace. So where are you at with content?
I mean, with content now here in Web3 and in crypto Twitter, I mean, there's no other place where you can get feedback on demand, right on the spot. And first, I want to start off by saying there's no shame in shilling. I mean, if you're building something and you're working on it, shill it. I'm going to show our knowledge hub for Rekt Gang. We have it available for educational purposes, reviews that we've all done. It can benefit somebody along the way. And in this economy, I mean, it's all by word of mouth, what you write, what you say, and what you videotape. But it's growing, and it's the immediate feedback that's benefiting a lot of us.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what the community wants as well, right? Like when they don't hear from the founders and the builders for a week, they're questioning themselves on their investments, right? And the energy and time that they spent in the discords and engaging with the projects. So it's super important, and I know that you guys at Rekt Gang do a really good job of showing up every day, right? And having announcements every other day and experimenting as well, trying new things, like being a multi-chain project. Go ahead, Dimitri.
Yeah, I just want to say I agree with the Ghost Rekt Gang. What I love about this space, Web3, is that the founders, co-founders, they're so close to the community. I think it's so important. Like Shantastic is everywhere. She's co-founder of Knights President. She's like literally like all over the place, and the users appreciate that. They love it. They'll be forever loyal to you, right? It's like, man, it's like you care, and I think it's very, very important from experience, because I come from the old world, the Web 2 world, 2000s era, and you don't have that. It's all like, like it's like the president, the CEO is here, and it's like, ooh, like forget that, man. That doesn't fly in Web3, and it's what I love about this space. Is like everyone is connected, and everything is instant. So yeah, I'm really, really pumped for that.
Yeah, exactly. And we're seeing that, yeah, in this space, right? Like, look at how many builders are here, and the community sees that, right? And it just makes them feel more comfortable about spending time with a specific project. I know it does for me, for sure. I feel like there's a certain level of expectation from the ethos of building together now in Web3 that we just can't get away from. And if you choose to build in like a Web2 perspective, but in a Web3 environment, that's going to backfire. I know Doodles in the past have been getting a lot of negative feedback because they go like months without making tweets, for example. And that's just part of the culture that we've developed in Web3. That, for example, we have our rituals, right? We have our GM rituals. Narb has been experimenting with different GM tweets, right? With different art. But then the daily on Jumbo, right? Like for me, that's something that I check when I wake up, what's going on over here. So these daily rituals are important for us because it just makes us feel more comfortable, and we're catching up with what's going on with the projects that we love and enjoy. Go ahead, Narb.
Completely off topic, and I don't usually talk about price, but Matic just hit $1.20. Just wanted to point that out.
Yeah, the market definitely felt like a huge bump today, right? After the Fed talk. I saw that happening like right off the bat, just giant green bars. But anyways, yeah, price is a completely different topic, and that's usually where the toxicity starts. So I don't like to talk about price too much. We had a price channel and in another place that I'm in, and that price channel was always the one that started all the drama because people didn't know if the price was going up or down. Anyways, yeah, so Dimitri, Uncle Davo, just wanted to see if you guys have any last thoughts here. We're getting close to an hour about where do you guys see marketing tech, right? MarTech in general. Where are there still places that we can um, expect some innovation happening? You guys are tackling two different sides of marketing tech, but where do you think there's still more efficiency or more Web3 development that we can expect?
Yeah, I'll jump in real quick here. I think a big thing that's missing and is needed in Web3 is analytics. You know, like you know, like when the big companies will come in and they wanna track the user's journey to understand the user's behavior and see how they can optimize and do all that stuff, right? So, it's not great right now in the Web3 space. It's coming. I know there's some project working on these type of analytics, user behavior, all that stuff. You know, like are these links or is this user experience working or not? And there's no way to know, right? Like even on our tool, right? You know, you launch a giveaway, you know, we're gonna have to add Google Analytics, right? And then from there, you know, you launch a contest, you'll get to see like you know what their, you know, which tasks are more popular than which others, and then on your next giveaway you'll know how to tweak it and make it better. So we're doing some stuff, but we're relying on Google Analytics, but I feel like there's a lot of on-chain data and activity that has a lot of intelligence and information, and I feel like there's nothing super great right now. Mix that with AI down the road, I think there could be some great marketing AI type solutions. Yeah, that's my opinion.
Yeah, 100% agree. Like for me, a lot of what's frustrating is at the moment we're operating in the dark, right? Web3 analytics can resemble Web2, but really different practice. So, you know, from the top of the funnel, like marketers have to answer new questions like, okay, these token holders, how are they engaging on Web2 platforms? What other tokens are they holding so that I can collab with them? You know, what other blockchains are they using? Like, so that's you know, mapping the user base, and that sort of, you know, is the segmentation that we need to start building in Web3 marketing. The other part of it is attribution, right? If you think about how Web3 democratizes the ability to create content or use IP. So like if I own a Rekt Wolf NFT, I can create a whole brand around, you know, my profile picture, write threads, and, you know, have this whole IP given to me that I can, you know, build off of. But I'm not really rewarded for it as much as I could be, right? In Web2 we use affiliate links, but you know, these are sketchy at best. So I think attribution in Web3 will get better. So connecting ad impressions to on-chain purchases, you know, because those on-chain data is public. So just actually coming to a view of end-to-end cost per acquisition for ads, I think will be really important. I think as third-party cookies are moving off of Chrome, thinking deeply about the social graph we have in Web 2 and Web 3, and like as Dimitri's saying, it's right on the money. Like building using AI as well, building towards contextual advertising, and not just that, contextual experiences that build off of, you know, the tokens you're holding, the types of things you're engaging. I think Unjumble's an example of like a contextual experience, but I think this will become more and more popular and nuanced as AI and generative AI develops as well. So I think all along the stack, if you think about, you know, analytics, segmentation, campaigns, so like airdrops, ad networks, messaging, down to attribution, and even like how you take people from seeing content to buying the NFT, like that's account abstraction. Like there are just so many parts of the stack that there's so much room to go. I'm really, really excited for attribution. Spindle is a company to look at, and has worked with Polygon as well. And yeah, I think like rewarding curation as well is and allowing more users to participate in marketing is what I'm really focused on. But it's exciting times.
Yeah, thank you guys for sharing that. Just an example that I wanted to share of how we worked with a project in the past. They were called Prism, and when they first launched, they had people essentially put in a stable coin, and you will get out their own coin. And some people put $100, some $1,000, some $10,000, and then like 2 months later, they partnered with us, that DeFi project, and then they had a whitelisted NFT launchpad, and the NFT rarity depended on how much money you put in. So common would be $100, and the rarest would be $10,000. So that was interesting to kind of look at that wallet behavior, right? And rewarding your users who initially supported you, and then that NFT had value at the end. You can sell it if you wanted to. So just interesting there. We have a new speaker here, DeFi Blockchain University. What's going on?
Yo, I seen the topic marketing tech in Web3, and I'm a lot of people say don't trust experts, but every expert was a beginner at one point. Some of the big players in tech in Web3 is Microsoft and Apple. But I have a poll for you guys. I kind of want to know what you guys are bullish on in the next bull run. What are some of the things that are going to be a catalyst for the next bull run? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I
So
feel
I'll pin
that.
that to the top for
What
you guys can see. And so if none of the options are what you guys think, just feel free to comment something better, right?
well, I don't see anything pinned, but look, what we've been talking about today, I'm definitely bullish on, just making it more efficient for our communities to get involved with the projects that we are creating, right? I think rewarding them is the way to uh, help them help us. I know Berserk is going to be happy about me saying that because he's always telling me that about OnePlanet. But yeah, working with your community, that's what I'm bullish on. The projects that are able to figure that out are going to be successful, right? Because it creates a network effect. We've talked about a bunch of different projects here today, like Utes being a great example of that. Um, are you building a specific project, or are you creating any content?
Yeah, I'm actually making. I'm glad you asked. This is a good question. I'm making a social media app to flex your ROIs. It's called ROI Media, and I actually made up something called Proof of ROI, which is pretty much don't trust anybody or any project unless it's ROI driven, because most rugs they don't have ROI. And so if a project does have ROI, then it's more safer than otherwise. Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely. I like the value accrual perspective. I did see your poll now. I am definitely bullish on the Bitcoin halving. I think most people will be waiting for that because of the history and the expectation of the giant ramp up that happens leading to that. We're gonna go to the last speaker here then, and we'll close out the show for today. We got Captain X. What's going on?
Hey, what's going on, guys? I've been listening to everything you guys are saying, and just wanted to say, like, this type of conversations is exactly what's needed right now. As a person who's trying to launch a project, we're looking at all types of things regarding marketing, right? And so we've developed our what we're trying to accomplish from an organic perspective, like an organic marketing strategy. And what we find is it's actually really difficult to go the route of the organic or to go the organic route. And so I think most people in the Web3 space, because it moves so fast, they lose their patience, and then they end up going to the other style of marketing, which is trying to locate a bunch of influencers and really put a bunch of money out there and create a bunch of false hype. And I think as you guys continue to build out these tools that are going to help people grow their marketing strategy from an organic perspective, I think we'll see exactly what you guys are talking about, which is stronger things like what Utes is doing, right? Utes and DGods, they've been able to build up their marketing through an organic approach, and it's partly because Frank is an absolute genius, but also they did get started with DGods at the end of the last bull run, so it kind of gave them a little bit of a little bit of momentum going into the 2022 bear cycle. But now that we are in the bear, we're here. Let's do something about it, right? So let's keep building out these tools. Let's pay respect to the teams that are trying to go about the organic route, and stop being degens and going into these really risky plays. And then we can build up our networks. The tools will come, and I think that's what's really going to bring about the next massive wave of people coming in. Yes, the Bitcoin halving will help. It'll bring people in, but what's going to keep them staying here and what's going to make the space sticky is going to be the tools and the resources that we provide the end user and builders to captivate people.
Man, I love that. That's a great way to end the show. I think you bring a lot of good points there, and I think the curation is a huge part of building your community as well, right? Just empowering your super fans or empowering the people that take the risk or take the chance of creating content, because not everybody does, right? A lot of people don't feel comfortable writing or speaking, but they're still there supporting in a different way. So finding their skills and their strengths is important. Pablo, I'll give you the last minute here as we start to close down the show. But how are you doing? Are you ready for your mint?
I think we're ready. I'm so happy and nervous, but we have put so much heart into it. That is, I think it's going to be good. We're going to enjoy it tomorrow. But sorry, I didn't want to hijack the conversation. I think I came a little bit late, and it was so interesting. I'm obsessed. I work in marketing in my real life, and it is fascinating to see how, and it's building up to Davos' point, how difficult it is to track Web3 versus how easy it is to use and gather that data from the Web2 sort of marketing system. Today, precisely, I've been in an incredible presentation about how a big client sort of manages the customer experience from end to end, from top of the funnel to really, really granular, programmatic sort of advertising. And it made me think so much about how we can apply that to all our projects. So, Dimitri, I would love to chat to you. I will DM you, and I will keep talking about Unjumbo. I would love to make a front to actually sort of try to bring all the granularity that we have in Web2 to apply in Web3, and doing it properly. I think our projects and understanding our users are going to bring so much more benefit to all our projects and our customers, if you want to call it like that. But I just want to voice that up because it's so important.
Yeah, thank you, Pablo. We're definitely excited about what you're doing with your project, because you are trying different ways to involve artists as well, right? The different artists has some writers and designers and even physical goods with the skateboard. So I'm definitely curious to see how you incorporate all of that. And I think that in general, that's all we need: experimentation, right? We're so early here that there's so much to still try.
Exactly. Yeah, I think there's a lot of trying We need a lot more try and tested. We need the tested part, and we need to understand what works in order to be able to create a system that is a little bit more automated and is more identifying the touch points that our users have with our projects, and being able to deliver the right experience for them in every one of them. So yeah, I think it makes me really excited to hear these conversations in this space, because until until a few weeks, months ago, this space felt a little bit less professional, and I'm now seeing people coming that are really talking a good talk about how we can use the data in a meaningful way.
Yeah, definitely. And what I would love to see is, after your mint, right? Just seeing how that experience was for you as well, and just seeing how the experimenting that you've done on your end has helped you learn the different way that you're using the Web3 environment as opposed to the Web2 environment, right? Since you've been working in that for about 20 years. But we're at an hour, guys, and I don't want to keep you here. I want you guys to go and enjoy the rest of your day, and join the other Twitter spaces that you got going on, and watch your Netflix shows, and go have some fun too. But with that, thank you to the speakers. Love you guys, and our listeners. Thank you so much for spending your time with us. There's so much happening in this space, right? And I always like these spaces because there's so much value packed in 1 hour. So let's not dilute that. let's go out and enjoy the rest of our days. But yeah, thanks everybody. Appreciate your time.
Thanks for joining us for The Landing, One Planet's weekly meeting space. Please join us again next week at the same time.
Planet's the place.